Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Let's take a look here at WIF hat. I got a lot of requests for this coin. It's a coin I've been dollar averaging into in the 40 to 50 cent range anyway, so kind of nice to kind of see this recovery here from it. So we're going to look at some back-end liquidation data, kind of recognize a few handful of important factors when looking at coins like this, and just recognize this is a weekend, folks. I would not put it past Bitcoin to pull back by a significant margin sometime soon. We've actually had a lot of red weekends in the relative recent past, 13 out of 14 so far this year. Doesn't mean we're going to have that happen per se, but weekends are typical profit-taking weekends. They're just profit-taking in general. So let's take a look here. Back-end liquidation data, we can kind of see, obviously, 30 to that lower range is anything under 30 is a high level liquidation. So we come back down to that area, maybe a cause for concern. But here we can see 50 to about 53 cents is that macro liquidation range here that could be swept in the relative near future. That being said, liquidation delta is super high right now. This is good and bad. This is good because you don't want to short into this. The trend is up, but what goes up must come down. This is a bit of an overextension. This leading into a potential pullback from Bitcoin could warrant a not so favorable retracement. So we're just going to be mindful of that. I don't want you to be like blindly bullish. That's not how I am. I'm always going to tell people how it is and what the charts tell us. I can save you some time though, truthfully. Majority of all altcoins and Bitcoin as well are looking super strong on the smaller time frames, and they're barely breaking free from their descending trends. And what I mean by that is this is a daily descending trend line here, just kind of give you perspective. And this is more so a local one from March till now, where we've established lower highs and lower lows. We're testing that right now. Being above the 20 is great, but we're still not over the 50. I think getting above that 50 cent mark for this coin is going to be extremely important. Okay, so just be mindful that we're traveling into some resistance ranges here. 50 to 48 cents is that area that I've seen a lot of rejection in the past. Furthermore, too, we have open interest / points of control at about 58 cents. That's going to be a secondary resistance for us. So we're not out of the woods quite yet, as I like to say. But for the most part, including Bitcoin, we're seeing, actually this coin's tremendously, it's been a while since we've seen a break above 50 in the RSI. So while we're above that today's candlestick hasn't closed yet, so please be aware of that. However, overall, getting a back up above this is a good thing. So it kind of tells us we're crossing somewhat of a threshold at this point, and we're starting to shift momentum. MACD's converging too, mostly positive, minus being below the 50-day SMA. So me, just kind of the trader that I am, a little more conservative, waiting for opportunities that may or may not happen. I'm going to probably consider waiting for a long, letting the price pull back to the low 40 cent range. If that even happens, it's a possibility, not a probability at this point. There's a lot of momentum, a lot of good volume, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see a continuation. But just note that we have some confluence at this 41 cent range with that previous support level. I have the line drawn out here from our previous low, but also furthermore too, there's that 0.382 fib level. But for the most part, once more, save you some time. We're overextended on the 4-hour time frame. Everything else is looking truly bullish. Okay, so. As we very well know in cryptocurrency, overextensions don't mean too much, but if the price were to pull back, the good consideration for entry would be the low 40 cent range, 40 to 42 as a rough estimate. And then if we're going to continue higher, I would expect some resistance at this 0.618 fib level, this golden pocket between 48 and 50 cents, kind of this range here. I'll highlight this on our playout chart that'll be available on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. If you're not familiar, I post these consistently every time I make a video, right? So it's all available there for you if you want it. All right, folks, I appreciate you watching. Thanks again so much for the request. And if you do want to become part of our community here, folks, heads up, we saw some nice profits here with our AVAX long, Solana long, 63% there and 41% from Bitcoin. It's been a good week for us. Hope you all have a good rest of your day, though. Appreciate your time. We'll see you the next one. Take care.